Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and as is the case often these days, I have a ton of information I want to share with you, a ton of video, so strap in, get ready, here we go. We're going to illustrate some mega absurdity today. Here we go. But first I wanted to show you this from Dark Defender because I like what he's cooking in the kitchen. Look at this. I call this technical analysis the masterpiece. Is a kind of artwork and is ready for you to give you an insight in the midterm. I have no other comments. Enjoy your beautiful weekend. This guy is showing Elliott wave 1 from this to this indicates third wave can touch $103. I know nothing about charting, but I love what he is saying here. I hope that this guy who does do chart work is correct. Now, we get, yesterday, I told the official cool guy that he had not given me a Friday video, and he said he wanted to weigh in on some of the Gary and the SEC stuff, so he cooked this one up for me today. Watch this. If I can get it to play. Let me hit the refresh button.
And a little boxing match update. Last week we had Michael Burry versus Kathy from Mark. Burry won. Kathy's living in a dream world. This week, we got Hester Pierce, Crypto Mom, versus her boss, Gary Gensler, who says XRP. Hester Pierce is a first-round draft pick. She's smart. She has courage. She came out and said on TV that her and her boss don't see eye to eye on when something's a security and that they should provide more clarity. Meanwhile, you got Gary telling everybody there's plenty of clarity.
I love how he says, Gary.
So let me teach you something, guys. Remember the test Gary taught us? If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, probably is a duck. Well, that's called your intuition. So let's apply the Gary test to this boxing match. And Hester Pierce clearly wins. Somebody should hire her for $1 million a year. And Maria Bartiromo and Julia Chatterley, kind of disappointed. You all always ask the right questions, always shine the spotlight on the good issues. But on this one, you never asked the SEC why Ethereum got a free pass and Ripple didn't. Come on, you're better than that.
Exactly. Maria Bartiromo and Julia Chatterley were two of my favorites, and I do not understand why they are not touching this. They can help tell the truth about what's going on, and they are sitting it out so far. But they can redeem themselves. And I look forward to that day because, listen, I will be the first one to blow them up and talk about how wonderful they are if they will just do it, like Nike says. Okay, now I want to reiterate before I show you all the things I'm about to show you. I own Ethereum. I own some of the Grayscale Ethereum Trust in one of my IRAs. I own some of it, okay, because I believe it's going to run up to Ethereum 2.0. I believe that's always been part of the plan. I also believe that the SEC to get the massive amounts of egg off of their face after this, I believe part of the plan, this is just my opinion, I believe that what they're going to do is once Ethereum 2.0 comes out and a lot of their buddies make all this money on the run up, I believe that's when they're going to file some kind of a suit or whatever against whoever to make it look like they did their job. That's what I believe. Now, I could be wrong on that. But, so let's look, but I want to say, before I go into all this, again, I want Ethereum to do well. I want all digital assets to do well. All we've ever wanted is a level playing field in this thing. All we've ever wanted is for XRP to have the same, for these technologies to be compared side by side and let the winner win, okay? And I believe that's part of the reason all this has happened, because I believe someone, somewhere, is trying to put the old stop sign on Ripple and XRP I don't think they can hold it off long term, but I think they wanted to put the temporary stop sign to let some others catch up, if you know what I mean. That's what I believe this is all about. So let's get into it. So I decided Saturday and Sundays are fun to do some digging. So any of you who have never watched any of the videos that illustrate the absurdity of what's going on, if you've never watched any of my videos, I want you to watch this one because I put it together. And it starts the day before the Bill Hinman speech. And I want to remind you, and I will continue to remind everyone, who helped Hinman write the speech? Who is in those 63 emails passed around about the speech? Where's Hinman's public calendar? Where is Congress on this? And every time I do one of these, I hope you'll please retweet them and copy in the Wall Street media, copy in the alternative media, and copy in Congress. Because at some point, there's got to be some sanity brought back to this thing. For our children's sake, we need some accountability in our government. It's been too long, folks. Let me do a refresh here, and here we go.
That technology people have used to apply to fundraising.
Okay, so I'll talk a bit about the funding model. So we will have a fundraiser for 2 months starting February 1st. It will be available at funds.ethereum.org.
Fundraising is older than the commission. But since the commission has been in existence, we've had pretty clear, I'll say very clear.
I think it's kind of just like reasonably clear. I would say very clear.
Well, one area where the chair and I think don't see eye to eye is the lack of clarity around when something is or is not a security.
But I've lived it for a long time. Rules on how to conduct fundraising when you're offering securities.
So the idea is that part of the initial issuance will be 1,000 Ether for 1 Bitcoin, or up to 2,000 Ether for 1 Bitcoin if you get in early to compensate for the increased risk.
Much of what I have seen in the quote ICO or token or ICO space is a securities offering. It is raising money for a project where I give you my money, you give me some type of right back that reflects a return on your project. That's a securities offering.
So the issuance model is that we will fundraise, suppose that we hand out X Ether through the fundraiser.
And I don't know how much more clear I can be about it. There are 2 ways to do a securities offering. You can do a private placement, or you can do a public offering. We've built a $19 trillion economy, an economy that's the envy of the world, equity capital markets that are the envy of the world following those rules. I expect people to follow them.
When we look at Bitcoin or if we look at Ether and the highly decentralized nature of the networks, we don't see a third-party promoter where applying the disclosure regime would make a lot of sense. So
they don't see a third-party promoter. I need to draw your attention to one other thing. My favorite SEC commissioner, who is I'll make him the official SEC commissioner of the Digital Asset Investor channel, Robert Jackson, is looking on, and he's the one that laid out Jay Clayton's ICO strategy, which included Jay Clayton going out and talking about how all ICOs are a security, then Bill Hinman coming out and doing his speech, and then Valerie Chapinick having the fintech hub for the SEC, using the guidance from Hinman's speech, right? That's how he laid it out. Now, folks, this is my masterpiece. This is Dark Defender's masterpiece, and this is my masterpiece, or one of them. Okay, John Deaton has put this out today. We need this video or transcript of it was recorded. I will call the law school and inquire Monday. I love John Deaton's like a pit bull. I love how he operates. This was the day before Hinman's speech. Amy Starr and Valerie Chapinick worked for Hinman. Valerie was called crypto czar at the SEC. Could be significant. Now, I like what he's saying here, because yesterday, I can't remember, it was the clip I just played you where Jay Clayton was talking. It was at this same thing. So they must have had several different panels. You know there's video of this. And so I hope if John Deaton's able to find it. Now, they've circled this. I sat behind someone with a video and microphone rig recording session. Hopefully that video will turn up shortly, and I will include it here in the update. See, the video clip I showed did not have, it had, I think it had this lady, but it didn't, I don't think it had these three right here in that video, which means there must be another video. More missing videos. I might need to put out another milk carton showing things that are missing. And then I decided to put this one out. I believe this was all planned, folks. I believe that the whole plan, this is my opinion, I believe the whole plan was to get Ethereum through the door, then slam the door on everything else, and then you could pick off any of these projects and sue them and get them to pay you money to get through the door. I believe that was the plan. This is based on everything I've seen. Now watch this.
When we look at Bitcoin or if we look at Ether and the highly decentralized nature of the networks, we don't see a third-party promoter where applying the disclosure regime would make a lot of sense. So
there are two of them in existence right now, two of them that are sufficiently decentralized to be a base trust layer for applications for the planet, Ethereum and Bitcoin. In order to become a base trust layer, you need to issue a token broadly and equitably. You need to garner enough revenue so that you can build your project and continue to build it out, maintain it. You need to have a vibrant, large and growing community. And this is something that Bitcoin and Ethereum didn't have to deal with. You need to be regulatorily compliant.
If you have a fully functional network and you go ahead and you issue a token in that context, those early tokens will always be security tokens. And again, notwithstanding what the speech said. And we're going, well, tokens are mutable. You know, they can change. And that's what Bill Hinman said. And it's like, well, we don't really believe that.
Okay, so just so you follow me. So Bill Hinman does his speech and basically said Ethereum was a security, but became one became a non-security because of its decentralization. And what she's saying is that now, when you go to the SEC behind the scenes, they're telling you that, oh, we don't really believe that decentralization makes it not a security. Well, if that's true, they got a big problem, folks. If they're really telling people that behind the scenes, that's a big problem, because that nullifies everything that Bill Hinman's speech created in this space. And that, I would love to hear from somebody. Now, this is also a big problem. This is Valerie Chapinick. I found this is from, I think, February 2021. Listen to what she says, and then listen to Vitalik Buterin at the end of it.
If the activity, regardless of where it's based, if the activity is touching U.S. investors or made an offer into the U.S. or it's somehow there is some nexus to the U.S., then we're going to likely assert jurisdiction, especially if it's affecting U.S. investors and markets. And so, you know, that's kind of broadly how we look at things.
So you said that you guys are looking to incorporate and do this out of Switzerland, and you're purposely, you live in Canada, right?
Yes.
And so you're purposely not doing it in Canada, and you're purposely not doing it in the U.S.
A large part of that is regulatory reasons.
Okay.
So with Switzerland, they have a very long and established tradition of, first of all, very friendly banking laws. Also a tradition of stability. So it's not like some tiny tax haven that's going to turn against us the moment that the U.S. government wants them to.
It's not like some little tiny tax havens who's going to turn against us when the U.S. is wanting them to.
And the second thing is that they also have a tradition of this direct democracy, very accessible government. So we have contact with open transactions, and through them, we've actually been talking directly with some government officials.
So is any of your team has to be physically in Switzerland,
right,
or are you going to have to be in Switzerland?
Yeah, well, a large part of our team is currently in Switzerland. We are establishing a substantial base of operations there.
Okay. All right, but you'll still be based out of Canada.
Yeah, so part of us will be in Switzerland, part of us in Canada. We're already a globally distributed effort.
Sure.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to throw this out there because I've heard him mention, I don't know if this is a company or some kind of organization, in 2 clips where I've watched Vitalik Buterin talk about how they've put this in Switzerland to avoid regulations. In 2 clips, I've heard him mention an organization or a company called Open Transactions, and I don't know what that is. Some of you, I'm writing it down because I want to know what that is. I have no idea what that is, but he's mentioned it twice in reference to how they've structured their thing to be offshore or whatever. Okay, so put that in your pipe and smoke it out there. Mr. Intuitive sent me this. Here's Joseph Lubin. Listen to this one. If I got to do a refresh on that. I love listening to Joseph Lubin clips.
Ethereum token is considered a utility and not a security because its primary function is as a fuel that powers programs, powers transactions, powers storage on the Ethereum world computer, the blockchain system. According to legal analysis at the time that we conducted the sale, it failed a prong of the Howey test. So there were situations where buyers and holders of the token could profit, where the people who built the system could effectively not do well. So the entire system could not increase in value, whereas holders, applications on the platform could do well, and vice versa. The whole platform could do well, but owners of the token could use the token to build businesses that would not do well.
All right, and then we've got this. So Digital Perspectives, which you need to follow, it's at Backup Bradley. This is Brad Combs, who also has a YouTube channel. He found this gem of a video this morning, and John Deaton's law firm said this. Now we have both Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman together saying how an ICO makes a token a security. Ethereum did exactly what they described. XRP did not. They gave Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, and Ethereum Joseph a free pass and sued Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson. Fair notice, ? Watch this. And I'm not sure if he says when this is from or not, but listen.
I'd love to ask both of you, Bill and Jay, why are you doing this?
Well, I don't know why Bill's doing it, but I sure am glad he is.
Well, for me, I think the primary reason was Jay asked me to do it. I was sort of toward the end of my career. My entire career had been in private practice and had done that for 37 years. And knowing that Jay was going to be heading the SEC and had the agenda that he had, having worked with him in the private sector, I had a lot of confidence that we could do some good things at the SEC. I always had a lot of respect for the division that I now am the director of, and it just seemed like an exciting thing to do at that stage of my career, and it's been about a year and a half, and it's been terrific.
Get it out of nothing with hopefully some value behind it, and et cetera. What's the SEC's role in this new world?
Well, let's start with, if you take a particular digital asset, do we have a role? Now,
I'm sorry, do we have a
do we have a role? Because
Okay.
is it a security or not? And that's a fundamental question for us. Much of what we've seen in the ICO space, if not all, is a security. It's somebody offering what would otherwise be called a stock as an ICO. And we regulate that, and we're not going to change the way we regulate that. And then there are digital assets that don't have the characteristics of a security. And over those, we don't have jurisdiction. A question in that space is, who does? Should somebody have more jurisdiction than they do? And these are questions that are percolating, including at Congress. I don't know, Bill, you want to supplement?
Sure. When we see people raising funds to start a business and to get an operation going, and people are giving them those funds and getting back a coin instead of a share, that still looks like a securities offering to us. That's why you've heard us say many times, the ICOs that we see are securities and we have jurisdiction over them.
Yeah, like if you're investing in Ethereum, I would say you're investing in the team and the community to a large extent.
I mean, what a joke this has become. Is this what you want? America, is this what you want representing you as an agency? Is that what we deserve? Is that what our taxpayer money is going to? This is ridiculous. And then you got this from John Deaton's law firm. An essential question, consider this. The SEC refuses to release any data on employee purchases of Ethereum before Hinman's Ethereum speech. The SEC refuses to release who wrote, edited Hinman's Ethereum speech, or who he talked with before he gave it. Now he's copying in Empower, who's the one doing the Freedom of Information Act request on this. And then he's retweeting this. This is a good tweet from XRP James. He is the official former Navy SEAL of the Digital Asset Investor channel, for those of you that didn't know. Folks, a lot of questions are being asked about the litigation between Ripple and the SEC. Only questions I have not heard asked and should be: did Hinman, Clayton, and Gensler buy Ethereum, and at what date did they purchase? Woo, hoo, hoo. This is getting hot. And then John Deaton says, are you kidding me? Ethereum has never been on the prohibited list. That means SEC employees could buy it. For example, on June 13th, 2018, the day before the Hinman speech. But that's not insider trading, because Hinman was declaring Ethereum not a security. It can't get worse. And he's got a whole thread here. And I don't know, let me see what it says here. SEC reveals that XRP did not appear on its prohibited holdings list and only went on its watch list on April 13th of 2018. Yet all market participants should have known it was a security since 2013. Fair notice or market confusion? Man, John Deaton has got, this guy is all over it. You got to respect what he's doing here. He's one of the good guys. And I'll ask, since this is the end of this video, where have all the good guys gone? Where are the good guys in media, the Wall Street media? Where have the good guys gone? Where are our good guys in Congress? Because I know there's a lot of them. Where are the good guys that represent the people out here? Where are the good guys? Who's going to step to the plate and in the case of the media, do your job, and in the case of Congress, represent the people? Because there is something really, really bad wrong here, and everybody knows it. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family that I want to know where all the good guys have gone. Because I grew up, John Wayne was everybody's hero. We've still got Clint Eastwood. I'm going to be sad when he dies, but there's good guys and bad guys. And I want to know, where have all the good guys gone? Because I'm really scared for my children's future in this country with the things I'm seeing on a daily basis with this kind of mess. It really pisses me off.